Americans underprepared for longer lifespan and extended retirement years, study finds. So this is a story that most people will read. They're like, oh, give me a flip and break. Who cares about this? It's going to impact almost every single one of you that's watching this, and you'll see here why, okay? So adults are living longer, but there's a caveat. The retirement funds aren't keeping up with their longer lifespan, according to a recent study by John Hancock Longevity Preparedness Index, which was developed with MIT Age Lab, revealed the U.S. adults are largely underprepared to live well as they age. The index measures how much Americans are going to thrive later in life across 8 key domains: social connection, daily activities, care, home, community, life transitions, health, and finance. Based on a survey of more than 1,300 adults, respondents scored an average of 60 out of 100 overall, indicating that most adults are not adequately prepared for longer lives. They are falling short in critical areas such as care, housing, finance, and health. Some groups, particularly women and caregivers, had stronger preparedness across several of these dimensions. The population of people at least 65 years or older is estimated to rise from 58 million to 82 million by 2050. However, the index shows that almost 4 in 10 people will face financial instability as they age. The biggest blind spot identified in the LPI study was that few American adults who know will care for them as they age and how they'll afford to care, and many haven't had conversations with family or loved ones about it. The study found that respondents scored a 42 in care preparedness, which was the lowest score of the 8 domains analyzed. Wow. Tom, thoughts?
Well, there's 2 things about it. There's health insurance policies and life insurance policies that provide long-term care. Like if you get into a situation with dementia and it's going to take 3, 4, 5 years, like a really healthy person in dementia, it could take 5, 6, 7 years sometimes for Alzheimer's or dementia to run its course with a person that had no other health issues. And the question is, who's going to take care of it? So we have 2 problems in this country. One is being able to afford the care. And the second is we have a huge shortage of nurses and senior care. And there is I read an article a week ago about, and it showed a picture of a robot cleaning a bathroom. And that video has been seen on Twitter and everywhere. It's this little square robot that goes in and cleans this bathroom, does such a good job. And it's talking about how automation is actually going to be part of it. You want to find, Rob, it's a square robot that cleans a bathroom in an office building. But what people are going to need is the amount. They're going to need money, and then they're going to need resources in terms of the people to care for them. And right now we have a shortage of savings by people, and we also have a shortage of nurses and people that are actually going to give the care. There it is.
Is this a robot?
Yeah, check him out. Look at this. He's got cameras and everything. He does all this stuff. And they say he has sensitivity down to 1 ounce, like a pressure.
Wow.
Like it'll know if it's putting an ounce of pressure or a pound of pressure on something. And it does all this. It knows. So it's like.
How much is this robot?
I don't see the price or anything. This is, I think, was a proof of concept and showing you that it works. But it like knows where certain things are and it recognizes them. It's got a camera. And so imagine if basically one person just goes down a street.
Crazy, Rob.
And the robot goes in and cleans the person's house. So these are all the services of care of someone like an elderly person not being able to do all this. But it's got to be, people need to start savings, and we also need good wages for great nurses to take care of people at this age. And long-term care policies are part of it. So the insurance industry has to be part of this. We need to provide on-ramps for people to be caregivers, get a job being caregivers, because everybody says, what about all these people that are displaced? And it says, well, what if you're displaced from a $75,000 analyst job and you could be a $75,000 caregiver? Robots can't do everything, right? Robots can do a lot, and you can wear an Apple Watch that gives your biometrics and stuff. But we also know that there's these things with companionship.
These guys are going to be $22,500? Is that what it's looking at, Rob?
For the home version, yes.
Can you go to lowkeyrobotics.com? Brandon, I'm coming to you next. Go to Lowkey Robotics. Is this their website?
Yes, sir.
So let's see what products do they have. Can you go to the top on products?
20,000 means 100,000, Brandon. We could buy 5 of them and open a maid service, just you and me, with a truck that drops off the robot. It goes and does the work at the house. We pick up our robot at the end of the day.
Are you pitching it like a side business?
No, I'm just saying.
I thought for a second you're like,
I'm just
go ahead,
saying.
Brandon.
No, so I mean, this topic really pisses me off. Like the whole boomer thing, like the audacity to say you don't have money. Give me a freaking break. If you're a boomer and you don't have money, you're irresponsible as hell at some point in your life. Like you, like the $100 in the S&P 500.
I forgot.
$100 in the S&P 500 in 1970s, $32,000
We've
today.
entered the Brandon zone.
So what were you doing? Just lighting money on fire in the 70s if you're a boomer now? I mean, come on. Like
No, they were snorting it, actually. Accurate.
I'm
Studio 54.
I have all the sensitivity in the world for people who like are genuinely in an unfortunate position because of like an unlucky turn of events or whatever. But if you just
boomers.
if you just end up being poor after extracting $36 trillion of wealth from the future, putting everybody else in a worse position, like what, we're supposed to feel sorry for you now? We spend a ton of money on Medicare that goes to you. You benefit from Social Security more than we ever will. So what, you want us to feel bad for you now that like what, you're in a tough spot because you're living longer because of all this great care? I don't know. Like,
Tell us how you really feel
Okay,
about this.
Adolph.
I was holding that in for a while.
Yeah, Adam, thoughts?
I mean, this is something that gets me fired up in a different way than Brandon does. Brandon clearly hates grandmas and grandpas and
I love
parents and all
them.
that. But this comes down to the failure of the system to educate people on how money works. I say this all the time. Personal finance is called personal finance for a reason because it's your money. At the end of the day, whether it's your finance, whether it's your health, whether it's your family, you have to look in the mirror and take personal accountability. That's why it's called personal responsibility or self-esteem. It's on you. So the problem is there's this company called the three-legged stool of retirement. And I'll come to that in a second, Rob. There's a three-legged stool of retirement that every single person in America should understand. And you might not understand this, but your mom or your grandpa, someone that's older than you is going to have to learn this the hard way. There's Social Security, which is basically going bankrupt. Maybe you're going to have half or 3/4 of it by the time you retire. There's pensions, which in 1980, I think 60% of America had pensions. Now it's less than 15%. You tell me if you have a pension. And the last component is your personal savings and your personal retirement accounts. So in retirement accounts, this is kind of inside baseball nerd ass stuff, but there's defined benefits, which is basically your employee says, you're going to get this money that's a pension. And there's defined contribution, which is basically what most of us have, which is 401ks and Roth IRAs. Most of us are going to have to learn those letters, IRA or 401k. And if you don't, your retirement might get very, very ugly. There's so many people that I talk to that have a Doge crypto account or whatever, or a crypto account, but they have no clue what a 401k is and no clue what a Roth IRA is. I tell people all the time, if you don't know where to start, just looking at a Roth IRA. They talked about Americans can't even keep up with retirement. Well, stop keeping up with the Kardashians, start keeping up with your Roth IRA. Here's the challenge, and I'll go to this picture right here. I remember when our old friend Marcella was working for Valuetainment, and we were writing this episode of Sozcast, and Marcelo, who's on SNL and is a massive star, and I start telling to him about how important retirement accounts are, how important saving for the future is. And he's like, bro, I'm 24 years old. Do you think I give a shit about retirement right now? And I go, you might not, but your mom's gonna know about it.
Some tells me he's doing okay with retirement.
He's gonna do okay. And we did this whole skit about how a 401k is not sexy. It's not gonna help you pick up a girl at the bar, but you best believe down the road that people are gonna want that 401k. There's this girl going viral right now about having a 401k in a retirement home makes you like the most eligible bachelor in the retirement home. But your dad is how old right
83.
now? 83 years old. My mom is 75. Tom, how old is your mom, Babs?
89.
She's 89. So I always say this, whether you're 83, whether you're 75, whether you're 89, people are living longer. You know, they say that life is short. Not so much. Life can be very long these days. My grandma is 94. I have another grandma who's 99. Thank God that they put money in retirement. Thank God that your dad has you. I know he was a cashier at a 99-cent store. If your dad didn't have you, what would happen with Gabriel? If your mom didn't have you, what would happen with her? Thank God I'm looking out for my mom. There's so many people in retirement that are retiring now with no money. That's basically what this thing says. And the last thing that they have is the lowest scores long-term care. You sell stocks, you sell bonds, you sell annuities, you sell life insurance. Long-term care for people in the insurance world, the financial planning world, is by far and away the most expensive and the most complicated product. Have you heard that?
Yep.
It's crazy because
To the point that a lot of them got rid of long-term care products because it was
they didn't even
so
have the
expensive.
product anymore.
80% of products are gone.
This not that.
Adam,
this
let's
not
go
that.
quick.
What I
I got to
always try
wrap
to say-
up, buddy.
what I try
We've
to
been on
say
the
is one
story for
thing.
too long. I don't want to be on this story for too
Well,
long.
you
We got
told
2
the
minutes
story.
left.
I'll let you. Let you chime in. I always say sacrifice your wants today for your
Yeah.
needs tomorrow. You always tell the story about how the old wolf, the young wolf needs to protect the old wolf. What is that? You talked
you
about
will
that.
be.
Yeah, that you'll be. Take care of the old wolf. One day you're going to be old. Take care of that person. And that person is relying on the young you to take care of that person. And too many times the young version of you is playing a little bit careless. And you never think you're going to be that age. I was telling this to a guy yesterday. I'm 47. I can't believe I'm 47. Talked to one of my friends yesterday when I worked with him at Burger King. He's calling me, telling me, you won't believe it. We're running a business. We got 5 employees. We're making money. I've never made this kind of... I said, that's awesome. You finally understand what it is to be a business owner. It's hard. It sucks, but it's awesome. It's exciting. You're going through it. And we're telling stories of when we worked at Burger King at 15 years old. And I said, that was 20 years ago. No, it was like 32 years ago. Holy shit. 32 years ago. Not 30. That's insane to be able to say 32 years ago is when I worked at Burger King.
Crazy.
I can't believe that. Okay. Michael Jordan's new show is coming up. We're not going to get to. We'll react to probably on Friday. And they're asking these players, what did you think about the 90s NBA? I wasn't born yet. I don't know what happened during that era, right? If you run a business, if you're in the hunt, you know what business is. It truly is a war. You just heard me tell this story about ChatGPT and Google going to war together. You know, for a web browser war that's taking place, business is war. The more you realize is people are trying to take market share away from you. If you are somebody that's running a business and you've never purchased any of the businesses war, there's businesses war hat, sweaters, shirts. If you're looking at it right now, there's different colors, the gold ones, you got the mugs. And then also all the way at the bottom, if you love the Tommy, is it up there yet, Rob, or no? Do we have the ones for Tom's mugs yet or no? I don't know if they do or not. There is, put the Words Talks if that's
Yes.
up there. And this one here. If you love Tom, $10. Add that Words Talk number scream. Listen, I am curious to know how many of you guys go pick up this, mug right here, Words Talk number scream. We definitely look at the numbers afterwards. Go to vtmerch.com, Business is War. You'll see it all the way at the top and on the cover of it where it says that. And then just type in Words Talk. You'll find a mug as well. Anyways, aside from that, the other announcement I want to make to you is the following. Rob, if you can go to America Business Forum website, don't go down yet. This is possibly the greatest star-studded list of speakers they've ever put together. It's an event that's coming up in Miami. You got President Trump speaking. You got Messi speaking. I can't think of the last time he was at an event speaking. He's going to be interviewed. You got Will Smith being interviewed. Go to the next one. You got Nadal, one of the greatest tennis players of all time. Javier Milei, Argentina president. You got Jamie Dimon.
Wow.
Go to the next lineup. You have Patrick Bet-David.
Who's that guy?
Wow.
That's Patrick Bet-David.
Wow.
I'll be speaking at the
Smiling.
American Business Forum. You got Stefano Domenicali, who is the president and CEO of Formula One. And you got Gianni Infantino, president of FIFA. And if you go a little bit lower, you got a couple others. Adam Newman, Maria Corina Machado, who just won a Nobel Peace
Wow,
Prize. Ken
she's here in the
Griffin.
States.
Yes.
Ken
and last
Griffin,
but not least,
Citadel, right?
Eric Schmidt. Just remember, I don't
the
know
old
if,
Google guy?
I don't know if I've seen a conference that has all of these speakers speaking at the same place. But here's the announcement, guys. If you go to the ticket prices for this in Miami, if you're in South Florida, the top one is sold out. Lowest level is what, $100, $200, and $1,000 a ticket. But if you use the code Patrick when you register, by the way, it's going to be at the Miami Heat Arena.
Yeah.
And there's going to be 12,000 people at this place, at this event. If you use the word Patrick in it, I believe you get a 25% discount. So if you're in Florida, you're trying to come to a place to hear Messi speak, the president speak, this thing's probably going to sell out in no time, okay, if it hasn't already sold out. If you want to hear Messi, Jamie Dimon, Ken Griffin, everybody, and
Trump.
network with others, President Trump, I would highly recommend, even if you get the nosebleed seats, upper bowl, $100, 25% discount, $75, or the silver at $200, or the gold early bird floor seats, I would highly recommend you go to America Business Forum, get registered, get yourself a ticket before this thing sells out. It's possibly, there's different types of business events to be put together. There are those that you go to learn, there's a manual, you're learning how to, and there's those you go to learn from 20 different speakers. I don't know if there's ever been an event put together with a lineup of speakers like this one that range from politics to business to sports to Hollywood, all of it. If you're looking to be around other people and network, I think this date is going to be what, Rob? November,
coming up soon.
November 5th and 6th. There you go. November 5th and 6th. Go to AmericaBusiness.com.
2 weeks away, less than 2 weeks away.
AmericaBusiness.com. Rob, if we can put the link below and then use the Patrick, just the word Patrick to get a 25% discount.
Mayor Francis Suarez is involved in this. Is he
Mayor
not?
Francis
Yes.
Suarez, a businessman from Uruguay, I believe, is also involved in this. It's a very exciting thing that they're doing, and I can't wait to see everybody. I'm going to be there myself as well. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.